Welcome to the official Munzee podcast.
I'm Rob, also known as Coach V, your host and the president of Munzee.
And I'm Craig, also known as See My Shell. I'm an avid Munzee player. I'm here to explore the game further.
Each week we'll delve into Munzee's mysteries, divulge some secrets, and inform players from around the world just what is coming your way.
So sit back, relax. As today's episode we talk about it's gonna be May. No, that's not the song. What's the song? Is it Backstreet Boys? Is it NSYNC? I can't even know.
Oh, wow.
It's all over my TikTok feed at the moment, Rob, and I'm like, I can't even sing, For a singer, I'm a good dancer, I'll say that.
Wow. I had no idea where we were going with that.
I know you didn't.
I'm still not sure, actually.
What's that song? I can't even think of it now.
It's gotta be me.
It's gonna be me, yeah. But they say it's gonna be May. Anyway,
I'm not down with the kids and the lingos these days. I guess on TikTok.
This is our era, mate. The NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys. That's our era.
Yeah, but May. Anyway, May the mechs be with you is what I would have to say.
Oh, there you go.
May the 4th. Yes. I don't know. There's all kinds of things. I had no idea about the May. Yeah.
Yes, mate, yes. So it is officially May right now. As we record this, it's the 1st of May, Wednesday. We record on Wednesdays for the Fridays going out there. What have you been up to this week? You're stateside again.
I am. Welcome to Florida. This is how I roll. So, yeah, that's what I'm up to. I think I've kind of mentioned, but I'm using this as a base for my event travel. For the month. So going to be, we'll talk about it, but going to be joining you at a couple of event locations. And so my son lives here in Florida, so I am soaking up the sun, and I literally soaked up some sun yesterday.
I know. I can see it on your noggin, mate. It's a little bit shiny. Let's just say that. You're polished up, I say. So,
yes,
mate. I'm on the road again. I've hit the road again in the car again. Exactly. And now for everyone out there, I'll tell you, Rob, there's a lot of Munzee stalkers out there. I'll say that because as I hit the road, I'm capping things as I go. I get reached out to quite often now saying, oh, you're in such and such area. You're in such and such area. You should have a look at this. You should have a look at that. There's a memorial here. And, oh, did you know Carson lives there? I'm like, that's why I'm here. Yes. I went and visited Carson, mate. Buckeye Casher, 111.
I can't believe it, man. I had no idea. I'm sorry, but I don't stalk you. I don't follow everywhere that you are. I knew that you were on the road. So, I've messaged you a few times or whatever, but I don't ever know where you're going to be. I know generally where you're headed. Yep. And so that's super cool that you got to hang out with Carson.
Exactly. So I hung out with Carson a couple of days ago now for me. And now I'm in his state. I'm in the Buckeye state. I'm in Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I've got to tell you though, Rob, if ever anyone is friends with Carson and they want to hang out during his school time, luckily he was in between exams when we met up. So he managed to get in between exams. Rob, he took me around his campus for a little tour. He was my tour guide.
Wow.
Did
it make you want to go to an American university?
No, definitely not. It made me feel like, and I think everyone thinks like I was his dad, and he was leading his dad around the campus.
Oh,
so, because his dad and I are actually born in the same year, believe it or not. Anyway,
Wow.
Rob, if anyone goes to Morgantown in West Virginia, you need to actually have a look at what they call the PRT, and it's the personal rapid transport or something like that, or personal response transport. And Rob, they're like little miniature buses that go on a specified route, like a trail, but they're actually on wheels and they're electric, and you press a button to which station you want to get on and get off at, and it actually takes only you to that station that you want to get on and off at. And it's free for all the college students.
So you're saying that the students at West Virginia are living in the future?
Well, yeah, but it was built in 1976. I know, amazing.
By like Disney Imagineers or something? Because it sounds like, wow, that's actually super cool.
I said to him, and he's thinking about doing an adventure lab, like stops on it. And I said, it's like Disney. Disney have the adventure lab stops as well for the monorail.
Yeah.
But I will say this, now being on it, I am going to do a Munzee trail for him so he can get Munzees back and forth on the PRT. So that's coming very soon, to do a little Munzee trail on his little PRT. But yeah, very, very
cool.
clever. Built by Boeing, and guess what, Rob? The doors haven't flown off yet. So just saying. But anyway,
yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, Rob. That's this for the banter for the week. Let's move on to the week that was, because we had quite a few. We had events in the USA. They were in Alabama, Arizona, Missouri, California, North and South Carolina, Indiana, Florida, Kansas, and New Hampshire. There was a heap. In the world, we had
only the people of Norway. Congrats to them. Yeah, but they did it.
They did. Leaderboards over the weekend as well. Friday, we had HBRB with 213,000 points. Jaroslav Kass, one of my favorite names, 196,000 points. And Skindo, 188,000 points. Saturday?
On Saturday, we've got a couple of new people. We don't normally say these names. I know, so it's pretty cool. The a European trifecta here. Kink, Kinck, at 332,000. We had Maybe at 307,000, and Twerth 241,000.
Nice. Some new names. I like new names. Yeah. Sunday, we had DSL on 361,000 points. Coal Cracker 7 at 332,000 points, and Walden Run at 224,000 points. Now, Rob, I did get a private message as well, by someone asking to be read out their name. How do they get their name on the leaderboard read out on the podcast? And I messaged back saying, go hard on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's all you need to do. So there you go. Go hard on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Get in the top 3 in the leaderboard, or become a millionaire as well. We read out the millionaires too, mate. So just saying, and go from there. Meanwhile, this weekend we may have a couple of millionaires. We'll see, because there's events we have. We've tried to sort of publish this a little bit more, or what do you call it, push this a bit more. There's 5 events in Greenville for Pike Spice's birthday. Happy birthday to Pike Spice this weekend.
Happy birthday.
And we also have in California and Nebraska as well. Around the world, we've
got 2 in England. We have 1 in Japan. Hey, guess what? It's hosted by the Munzee Maniacs by Sarah and PJ. And in New South Wales, right? Yes. Australia.
Yeah.
I'm the one who wrote it. I couldn't remember. Finland, Netherlands, Germany, and Norway.
So just for your information, Rob, that one in New South Wales is actually in Sydney, and it's one of the first times I've heard of an event in Sydney. And again, Rob, it's another one of that ripple effect from that mega that they had in Canberra, because Sydney and Canberra, I'm just going to say they're about 6, 7, 8 hours drive apart from each other. So yeah, that's the ripple effect it does have. So there you go. Then the large events coming up over the next few months. Of course, you and I, Rob, we're going to meet up. We're going to say g'day to everyone.
Yeah.
Along with some other big players as well. Whelan, W. Helen's going to be there. GCV's going to be there. Minnesota Boy's going to be there. That's 4 vloggers, Rob. 4 vloggers are going to be in Minneapolis
gonna
on
need
May
to get
10th to 12th.
All of you in like a circle back to back, and everyone just filming, and maybe rotate around like a carousel just for fun.
You wait, Rob. You wait. I've got a new camera, mate, and it does bullet time. Like circles around in slow motion bullet time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's see if W. Helen will actually get on that, because he doesn't like being in front of camera, that man. But anyway, mind you, he should. He's a good looking fella. Anyway. 57 so far for that. Munzee Mania, yes, you and I will be there, Rob, and there's been a big jump in numbers because they're starting to advertise what they're doing now as well on their Facebook pages, which is really awesome. So get yourself to Minneapolis, May 10th to 12th.
Also, Flagstaff, Arizona. You and I will be there. We'll be along Route 66 getting our kicks. May 24th through 26th. We've got 25 people down attending for that one. We know that those numbers are going to continue to jump. So if you haven't made plans to be in Flagstaff, then please join us. That's where the big Geo Woodstock is going to be. So we'll be there with referral cards and doing our normal in-person marketing, the best way to get people to play. Talk to them, tell them about the game, all of those things, especially if they're like-minded location-based gamers.
Exactly. And don't forget, though, if you're going to any event at all, make sure you take your own referral cards, because if you get the referral, you get their points, just saying. But with referrals comes big responsibility, Rob. You've got to be their Yoda. You've got to be the one that they reach out to for questions, just saying. So there you go.
It's true.
And don't forget, if you are hosting, before I forget, I almost forgot. I skipped it. Hampshire, UK. That's right, the Hampshire, UK, June 14 to 16, and there's 30 there so far. That's going to go mega for sure, Rob.
It will.
It will. And if you're a host, now I can read it. If you're a host of a growing event and we haven't noticed yet, please reach out to us. Anyway, this week, Rob, like compared to the last few months, or last month, I dare say, it's been busy. We've even had a special podcast go out as well to try and answer those questions. And now we sit back, we relax, and we, what have we got this week happening so far?
Well, it was a weird one. We've actually, since our last podcast, we've just kind of let April slide its way out. All right. And then in came May. So quietly it's come in, which is unusual for us, I suppose. But we had shared so much of the news. So now we're just going to get to talk about what is kind of some normal stuff. So the first thing to talk about is what we have every single month. On the 28th of every month, we release the clan requirements. So the clan requirements for May were released. I got to tell you, I usually spend some time, in the water cooler. So I usually have a pretty good idea of what people are thinking and feeling. But I was busy across the weekend. And when we release on the weekend, then I usually miss a lot of that. So what's the chat out there? What's everybody thinking? What's the polls?
Well, I haven't, because I've been on the road, Rob, as well, and I've been flat chat with other things as well, that I haven't even looked through comments on the water cooler, to be honest with you. I mean, I saw there was a few posts on there, but I didn't actually look through the comments after, like a couple of days after the posts themselves. So I'm not sure about the pulse that everyone's going on with, but I will say what I like the fact that there's actually, myself and a few others that I've spoken to, like the fact that there's more requirements. There's not more as in like big numbers and things have changed dramatically. There's no real changes apart from how you get your points. So the more requirements to be had, they're more specific as well with what you need to do in each thing. And I'll tell you, Rob, from a daily player's point of view, we enjoy this because it's a more of a task. We hunt more. We know now we're not going to get level 2, 3, or 4 in the first week. You know what I mean? Like players try and do.
Yeah,
I'm guilty of that. I'm 100% guilty of that. I try and get everything I need to get except for obviously the daily play, and then I can just sit back and relax and just do a daily play. But no, this one here, it's more specific. I like it personally.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah. I was given a couple of tools a couple months ago to add in some unique new things. So I've had fun each month just trying to decide what's the mix that needs to go in. So yeah, good to know that there are some people out there enjoying it, and we know that without even reading what the water cooler says, that there's always going to be people who are like, "Yeah, I love it," and others who are like, "No." The number of crates went down. There are some different types of things. I swapped up, individual versus clan requirements just to push different people to be able to, add into the clan in different ways. And I enjoy doing that. And, it's that whole change aspect where I like to keep it fresh. So good to hear.
Yeah, and people play it differently too, Rob, like with Clan Wars, when you said you changed up between the personal requirements and then the group requirements. So like Sarah from the Munzee Maniacs podcast, I know how she plays. I've heard about different ways, and they've even said on their podcast as well, is that she delegates, the group requirements. She kind of delegates for the group requirements who needs to do what in her clan.
Nice.
You see, whereas other clans like mine, for instance, and I'm guilty of this as well, I like to see my face or my logo on every single one of those group clan requirements as the biggest one doing the group, doing the group challenge. So different people play differently. At the same time, that's all good. But if you're new to this as well, because there have been a few newbies on the water cooler. Reaching out, asking about clan wars, etc. I'll say this, and this is an insider tip. This is from me as a player, not from anyone else. And a few people have done it as well. And that is, if you're brand new, just start your own clan. Just see how you go. You're not going to affect anyone else's play. And you can slowly work up to what you need to do, and you can figure out the game that way. But there is another Facebook page, Rob, out there, Munzee for newbies as well. So if you're brand new, get onto that Munzee for Newbies on Facebook page. But speaking of the Facebook page, Rob, I've got to say, the water cooler is a private page. So what that means is when people, if you're brand new and you log on and you're trying to get into that page, you do have to have your Munzee name as their question. That's all it is, just your Munzee name. But don't forget the Munzee name as your question. So I think there's been a few that didn't. So there you go. That way they can sort out all those bots. So
yeah.
All right. That's the clan requirements for May. I think everyone's pretty happy with it. It's a nice one. I like it. Next on, we move to the May MunzPaks. Now, is this the same thing, Rob? Like the clan packs for the May Wars? What's MunzPaks?
Well, the one thing that's the same about them is the spelling. We spell the pack P-A-K. So yeah, you go looking for it and you type in MunzPak with the P-A-C-K. I don't know if they'll come up or not. But yeah, the clan pack is different. It actually went away for a couple of months. Then decided maybe some people were interested in it, and they have been. The clan pack goes out on the 28th. It has things that are specific to that month's clan requirements. It also has just some general things like magnets and stuff to help you meet those requirements. It's at a good discount. So it is one of those things that is helpful if you're trying to progress through the levels. But the MunzPak is actually different. So the MunzPak is something that has where we launch sort of some exclusive items. We announce every month on the 1st what's in that month's MunzPak. So there's two different ones. There's a virtual MunzPak and there is a hybrid MunzPak. The virtual one includes only virtual items. I know that's shocking. And then the hybrid is exactly that. The hybrid has 25 generic stickers. And so then you've got the physical game that's included there. And then the hybrid piece has credits that are associated with it. So those are the different things that you could apply to those generic stickers as you deploy them. And then you've also got the virtual pieces. So each of those is set with a different value and price point. So quickly, the hybrid is $20, and there's generally $25 to $30 value, sometimes above $30 value on that one. The virtual one is $25, and same thing. There's a value of somewhere between $30 and $40, depending on the month. So yeah, there's the overall idea of what those two things are.
Right. I did remember because I've been a MunzPak subscriber. I'll say a MunzPak subscriber for quite a few months now since I restarted. And I'll say this is again another tip out there for look at this. I'm full of tips again. I started and I subscribed to the MunzPak like on the 20th of the month or something like that it was, right? And not realizing that, so you guys release this on the 1st of every month, and, you know, you put you out there, this is what you get, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I had to wait, Rob, until the 20th of the month before I got mine. But there is a way to change that purchase date to the start of the month, so you can get it on the 1st of the month like everyone else as well. So how do you do that? Do you go into the freeze tag store, Rob, for that one?
Yeah, so you've got to log into the freeze tag store, and that is a separate login than your Munzee login. So you might have set it up on a different email. There's all kinds of things. So just be aware of that. But you have to log into the freeze tag store, and then you can change your subscription up a little bit, including if you want to cancel it, if you want to renew it, put it on hold, that kind of thing. You'd be surprised, but the 1st through the 3rd are the 3 days with the highest volume of things that come through. And the 3rd is actually higher than the 1st. So there's two reasons for that as far as going back historically. We launched it on the 3rd. We launched this product on the 3rd years and years and years ago, like literally years ago. And there's a lot of people who've been a part of that program. So thank you all very much. And just never changed off of the 3rd. The other reason that it's the 3rd is because that's the first day of Clan Wars. So people get all of those items, and instead of getting it on the 1st and being so excited about it and deploying those things right then and not getting clan points for it, it's like, how do you keep yourself from using it until the 3rd? You get it on the 3rd.
You get it on the 3rd. Makes sense. Makes sense. So there you go, people. Got some good tips from Rob too. If you want to use it and save yourself, get it on the 3rd. If you want to be, like me and can't handle waiting the 2 days, get it on the 1st.
Yeah. You want to be first to have something and first to deploy that type. Get it on the 1st. Yep.
And I'll tell you now, because the new Norse Zodiacs came through. I got mine this morning, Rob, on the 1st. It is today. And I've already placed 2 of mine and got my new badge for the Norse Zodiac too. So there you go.
You are that person, and that does not surprise me.
I am that person, mate. I am that person. Anyway, let's move on now to the Munzdelorian Mailbox, because even though you could have bought this for a week or so now, it's leading up to the 4th of May, or May the 4th, as you say in the US, because that's when the fun starts with this mailbox. Firstly, if you haven't purchased the mailbox, you still can. It's $25 US. Get into the store. I'm a player, not a promoter. I'm just saying, but I do have one. And Rob, guess what? As a thank you to Carson, he didn't have one because he's a student. Understandable, you see. Right. And I spoke to him about it when we were there, and so after I left him, I said goodbye. I messaged him back and said, check your inventory. And so now he got one, mate. I got him one for him, a little mailbox. So
that's cool. So that's really cool. Thanks for doing that. He's a good ambassador of the game. So for him to have that's cool.
He really is.
I mean, the rewards that come along with it are totally worth it. But I can understand why he would be on the fence of being able to get that one himself. But it is the kind of thing that hopefully people are not, they're not wanting to miss out on, because you've got a lot of things. You've got rewards that come along with it, and the value of those rewards pays for that $25 fee, I suppose, to get into the program, because there's double point weekends, there's special scatter events, which scatters are clan requirements, so don't forget about that. There's just a lot. There are things that are unique to only this mailbox, including the designs of the cards, which anyone who looks back at the Dark Side mailbox from last year, Dylan puts in a lot of time on these cards, and man, they're cool. And the same thing has happened this year. I've already seen the write-up. I've seen the designs, and he has not failed any of us. He has put it in.
Yeah. I'm assuming he does. But and the cards as well. So don't forget too, the stamps, people out there, because I've again had questions about this, Rob, as well. When you get so many stamps, some people go into this to redeem their stamps, but they can't. There's nothing there for them to redeem because they haven't already got the card that's required for the stamp. So in future, if you don't have these cards already, haven't purchased these cards to some degree, then you won't be able to, redeem the stamps for these cards. And so it's another good point. And me personally, the $25, it's worth it in the cards alone. Yeah. To get these cards alone. Everyone loves the cards. Everyone loves putting them out for their friends, or B, at big events and getting the points. But yes, I do enjoy because I'm a Munz mailbox holder. I enjoy how you did separate the double point weekends as well. So for mailbox holders, get the double point weekends. That's going to be loads of fun too. So yeah, it's very much worth it. That's what I'm saying. It's high value, this mailbox. So if you haven't got it yet, why not get out? It's Friday. As this goes live, it's Friday the 3rd. You got one day before the actual fun starts, but you can purchase it throughout the month. But you're better off purchasing it the earlier, the better, to get all the good stuff. So there you go.
You do miss out on rewards and cards if you do not cap the mailbox that day. So it's best to be involved at the beginning.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Rob, as you know as well, Munzee, like Mari and Dylan, they reach out to me sometimes because they know that I do a lot of the freeze tag store, designs or whatever here and there. Like with the event flags, they're going really well, by the way.
They are.
Yeah, they look really cool. I'm proud of those, the event flags, but I do stickers, etc. as well. So yesterday, Dylan reached out to me and said, Craig, can we do something in regards to this? It's the new Universal. What's the new Universal, Rob? What's that? This isn't on the the show notes. I just thought about it. That's all.
You knew that you got me tripping over my words. The new Universal is so new that everyone listening to this podcast just got the information before everyone else. So stay tuned. But yeah. So I guess what they should also know is stay tuned for some really cool. What you can go ahead and tell them the rest now that you told them that.
I don't know the rest. All I know is that I've got to do these new stickers and stuff for the freeze tag store for the Universal.
Oh, and you know why, though? No, they reach out to you whenever some artwork comes through that it's like, man, this is such cool artwork. So I'll go ahead and tell everyone else, well, you've been asked to put the same artwork.
I don't want to get any more in trouble. I don't want to get any more in trouble, mate.
You've done well, and we'll go ahead and wash over that and not call it trouble. It'll be fine. I'll speak to you at Munzee Mania in person, and we will do it. No, we've got some seriously cool artwork that's associated with this Universal, and it is tied into this new mailbox, the Munzdelorian Mailbox, and just kind of all the mechs themed and May the 4th, and there's all the different things that we've done from that. So why not get it on some other stuff? So everyone who's listening immediately upon release of this podcast, literally hold on, it's coming super soon.
Oops, sorry. I hope that doesn't affect the little NDA thing that I signed up for to say like don't release anything, Craig, until
it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's coming so soon that it's no big deal.
Well, guess what? I'm going to wash over this now anyway because I've got a question for you, Rob. And this is the question of the week. Did you like how quick I did that? Question of the week. This question of the week comes from how do you say his name? See My Shell, is it how you say?
Oh, it is See My Shell, yeah.
It is See My Shell. Rob,
I used to know that guy. He used to have an account.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, geez. On my road trip, Rob, I've gone through so many destinations in terms of, the what? I can't even think. Is it not hotels?
Resorts.
Resorts. That's what they are. I get confused always. Yeah. But all these resorts, a lot of them are already level 5. They've got 100 plus caps, etc. So I'm never going to get a room in these. So, Rob, are there any plans to increase destination rooms from level 5?
Plans, not fully. Conversations have been had, definitely. And this is a good question. We increased the levels a couple of years ago. Might be nice to see that happen again, but it's another one of those. I don't see it in the immediate future list of cards happening.
Fair enough. You're very busy. I understand that.
Sure.
Well, then I'll roll that to the question of the week, to the request of the week. Anyway, Munzee tip of the week. Now, Rob, this came through this week. It's from the Geocaching Vlogger. The GCV is the tip of the week. I thought this was a great tip. I didn't know about this tip, Rob. So listen in closely to this tip. I'll slow down my speech so you can understand it. It talks about updating your filters or changing filters. It's about filters, this tip, okay? So when you go into your filters, you can change what's required on each filter, not by clicking the individual, so the flat Rob, the flat Lou, the flat, typewriter. Don't click individuals. If you want them all selected or all unselected, you actually click the little green header above it, so flats. So touch flats and they all select, or touch flats and they all deselect. Wow. So you don't have to go through and individually touch.
That's like a little shortcut. That's amazing.
Yes, I know. He messaged me and he goes, "Did you know about this, Craig?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He didn't explain it too well. I didn't on text. So he sent me a video and I'm going, "Oh no, I didn't know that." That's going to be a tip of the week for sure. And so while we're there with this tip of the week, don't forget the new POI, the pit stop. That's been introduced now. And if you've got a POI on your filters, you've got to update that, because that doesn't automatically become selected or deselected. So update your filters, people, to include or not include the new POI. Don't forget. So there you go. Rob, great tips, mate. Great tips. Look at that.
I like it.
All right, Rob. So this ends another official Munzee podcast.
Thanks for joining us on this Munzee adventure.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. 5-star review, Rob. Give us a 5-star review
Please.
On your podcasting app so this pushes out to other people. And then, of course, join us for another exciting and informative episode next week.
And remember, Munzee is more than a game. It's a worldwide community of mobile game players.
So keep scanning, keep discovering, keep that Munzee spirit alive. 1, 2, 3, Rob Munzee on, Munzee on, Munzee on.
Ooh, I tried to go faster at the beginning, but
No, I did 3.
Munzee on.
Bad luck.